Launching in the full Armor Gundam. Now, this is the original full Armor Gundam, not the one from Thunderbolt, which I feel more people might recognize these days. But this is a very fun mid-cost support, but I would hesitate to use it at higher costs. Now here, I realized no one's going after A, and this is a little risky. I'm glad this didn't really backfire on me, because the enemy can easily swarm this position if you don't capture the point fast enough. So, good to keep that in mind. See, the enemy's just right there. But the full Armor Gundam is fun. It is pretty slow, especially in space. So it might not be the best space support, but I still enjoy it. The double beam rifle is pretty powerful and overheats quite a bit. You know, you have to keep that in check, and I'm terrible at keeping my heat gauge in check. The cannon, I thought I was going to drift in the debris there, but the cannon is really good too. It's essentially a Gundam cannon. The missiles aren't my favorite. They are hard to hit with. Their spread seems just a little too random for me. And they're not that powerful anyway. But if you can manage the heat of your double beam rifle and get them with a cannon, you can get them down pretty good. See what I'm doing to this, I think that's a Gelguga Marine commander. It's pretty good. Now my ally here seems to be having a party with the enemy. Poor guy, just surrounded, trying to help him out. He got away, that's surprising. But now, the raid has got wind of me. G3. I'm like trying to keep him at least in the support fire, because I knew I was going down. Yep. Not good. They have a few raids on their team. The G3 is a dangerous enemy, but even worse, they have a Saikomu Zaku, and those incoms can really tear up supports. It's not very fun, especially a slow support like the full Armor Gundam. Now we're bunching up a little better than we did before. No enemies completely surrounded by the... allies completely surrounded by the enemy. I don't see the full Armor Gundam out there too much anymore. I'm sure it's completely outclassed by some of the newer stuff, but I still enjoy it. You still see it sometimes. I see the Type B more often. But it is pretty slow, and that is a detriment, especially with these raids, especially the Saikamu Zaku. Because once that thing locks onto you, you're in trouble. Thankfully, I tend to avoid it in this round. It's not the best space support, but I tend to like my kind of slow plotting space supports, even though it can be a detriment with things like that monster. But it's just the preference. It just feels so chill, just floating around, taking your shots. It's fun. Getting some good hits on them. Team keeping the enemy in check here, pushing them all the way back to their base. Nah, bad miss there. Just taking advantage of what I can. This is what a support should be doing. Keeping up with the team, but still staying back enough to where you're not a target. Yep. I'm surprised how much they're not going after me. 'Cause I'm just taking these pot shots at them. Especially with how many raids they have on their team. They could take me out pretty easily, especially now that I don't have my allies as cover. And this Gelgoog trying to sneak around, trying to keep them in check. Drifting a little too far from my team. Couldn't tell if I got him on the dodge or if I hit that debris, but I managed to get him that time. That cannon is so punchy, I love it. Just kind of using this debris as cover from any long-range attacks. And that's the number one freaking enemy for me. Number one threat at Saikamu Zaku. And my allies are keeping him in check, keeping him away from me really well. I'm very thankful. Now they're finally on me. It was only a matter of time where they push our allies back. I mean, you can't keep that up forever. And yet, I'm becoming target number one here. I don't blame them. I'm sure that was annoying me, hitting them from far like that. But even with all this, I'm holding up pretty good. It has a good defense. But, of course, they managed to get me. And that's a very difficult situation right there. The Mudrock is really good. I think better than the full Armor Gundam. But I didn't even have it at that time. I have it now. Allies still controlling the enemy base area. It's still a really close match. A little too close for comfort for me. Just trying to deal in my damage. Man, getting some good hits with that cannon. That Gelgoog Marine Commander is a big target for me. The Vulcans don't have the range I want, and they're not too powerful. Thankfully, my allies got them. Those rockets, jeez. But we managed to pull away in the end. Thankfully, got him with the Vulcans. So this was a really good round. Really good teamwork. Team really protected me from the raids. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time.